Everyone wants happiness, but if someone told you to be happier, what would you actually do? That's a question I've been focusing on a little bit more seriously recently, as a personal friend actually took their own life. And with that in mind, I've been asking myself, what can I do on a daily basis to control my mood, to control my state, to have more joy, to be happier? So with all the craziness that's been going on in the world, considering COVID and current events, I truly feel that everybody could use a little bit more happiness and a little bit more joy. So with that thought in mind, let's go ahead and get back to happiness. Let's get back to ourselves, and let's dive right into the video. For those reasons, in this video, I'm going over 7 tips to hack your happiness and get back to a happier you. Tip number 1 to hack your happiness is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is taking account of all the good things that are in our lives and taking notice of them. Gratitude helps us become happier individuals because where focus goes, oftentimes energy flows. There's always examples of what's going right and what's going wrong in our lives. Gratitude allows us to take control of our focus and direct it towards the things that are important, positive, and empowering in our lives. Gratitude is a proactive choice to focus on what's right versus what's wrong. By recognizing the good and having a spirit of thankfulness and appreciation, it makes life more enjoyable. Part of what makes practicing gratitude so powerful is it's a positive emotion, and it's very difficult to experience something like anger or hate if you are truly grateful. So it's a way that you can consciously choose to be in a positive or powerful state versus a negative, disempowering one. If you want to give your happiness a huge boost and practice gratitude every single day, I would recommend first thing in the morning writing 3 things down that you're incredibly grateful for. They can be big or small, it doesn't really matter. You can even create what's called like a gratitude master list and build on that list every single day. Over the course of weeks or even months, when you look back at this list, it'll make you truly feel blessed for all the positive things that you have going on in your life. Tip number 2 to hack your happiness is to practice patience. Impatience will crush your happiness. It's like saying my current life conditions don't match my blueprint or my expectations, and I refuse to wait. Anything worth doing should be worth putting in time and effort, and that's what gives it value in the first place. Patience is like a mental and emotional armor that allows you to stay calm and confident throughout the process. You're an awesome human being, but when you panic, things tend to fall apart. So remaining patient allows you to perform your best with consistency and maintain a state of flow. You should make a conscious effort to remain relaxed and calm throughout the day. If you catch yourself feeling stressed or anxious, take a couple of deep breaths so you can recenter yourself. A lot of your happiness and your ability to practice patience is going to have to do with your belief structure. You should adopt the belief that you're exactly where you need to be at this present moment and trust the timing of your life. Tip number 3 to hack your happiness is to have courage. Fear will destroy your happiness. It promotes indecision, procrastination, and breaks down commitment. Courage allows us to act in spite of our fear. It reinforces our self-worth and our pride. And when we're brave, it declares that we are bigger than our challenges. And no matter what we face, we can handle it. Courage helps us break through plateaus so we can push through our own comfort zones. But most importantly, courage allows us to face our own fears so we can rise and grow. You can apply courage in your daily life in moments of hesitation and fear. Make sure you pause and reflect whenever you're about to hesitate. What's the smallest, boldest action that you can take to move your life forward? Always start with a small, manageable part. That way you can build momentum. As you build your confidence will also grow. It can be said that little by little, a little becomes a lot, and those little actions build up in a big way to build your confidence, build your self-esteem, and ultimately make you a happier, more productive you. Tip number 4 to hack your happiness is forgiveness. Anger and hate unfortunately act like a poison. It's a self-imposed psychological suffering that erodes at your happiness. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is the means to let go of the past. That way you can heal from those old pains. Forgiveness is like clearing out your mental and emotional closet, removing negative and disempowering emotions and making room for more positive and abundant ones, indirectly promoting more happiness in your life. This allows you to release negative thoughts and emotions toward people and places and events and make room for the happiness that you want and deserve in your life. If you've suffered once, there's no reason to suffer twice. Whatever the experience is, let it go and learn from it. Appreciate it and let it make you stronger and better, not bitter. Imagine someone that might have hurt you or did you wrong and declare that you forgive them. Create a silver lining and replace the negative thoughts that you had about the situation or the scenario and replace it with a more empowering one that benefits you. You may not have been able to control the event or the circumstances that took place, but you can control what it means to you, and you can choose an empowering meaning versus a disempowering one. Some of the greatest successes in human history came from some of the most painful backgrounds. These individuals use their stories as an asset to propel them forward, to use it as motivation, to use it as fuel to accomplish their goals, rather than using it as a reason to hold themselves back. Whatever your story or your experience may be, make sure that you practice forgiveness so you can experience happiness on the highest levels. The fifth way to hack your happiness is to cultivate a little bit more love in your life, because oftentimes what you give is what you get in return. You're an amazing person, but I think in life sometimes we all take ourselves a little bit too seriously, and I find that it's really important to have a deeper level of happiness in our lives, that we need to develop an attitude of warmth, passion, and kindness in our lives, a spirit of kindness. That way we not only improve our own mood, but it also improves the quality of our interactions with everything and everyone that's around us. Being cold and guarded is only holding you back from your happiness. You should live each day with passion, open your heart, and replace judgment with admiration. You should share that passion with your friends and all the people that are around you, not just your intimate relations, so you can experience life at the highest level. Now, speaking of taking life too seriously brings us to tip number 6 to hack your happiness, which is humor and laughter. Taking life too seriously is definitely a recipe for stress and frustration. If I have found one of the most effective ways to make my day lighter and more enjoyable, it is definitely with comedy. For me, laughter is like the verb to happiness. Humor helps heal psychological pain by encouraging your body to release positive endorphins, and no matter how grim the situation you may be in, a little bit of laughter can go a long way and makes everything a little bit better. Personally, I've found humor and laughter to have such a massive impact on my mood and my state that I've actually made it a part of my daily rituals and my habits. Every single morning for 10 to 15 minutes, I'll open up YouTube and I'll listen to some stand-up comedy. One of my favorite channels is called Dry Bar, some amateur to more professional comedians that will always spark a laugh. And lastly, tip number 7 to hack your happiness is optimism, because perspective is everything in life, and one of the most important decisions that you can make in your own life is whether we live in a hostile or a friendly universe. You have to decide if events happen to you or for you. Do you believe in harmony and abundance in the universe, or do you believe in chaos and lack? Ultimately, optimism is just a more proactive viewpoint that there is good in the world and good things are meant to happen to you. Negativity is like a prison, and whether the events or the circumstances might be true or accurate, having a negative mindset is ultimately just going to hold you back. Optimism removes any self-imposed limitations. Anything less than that is choosing a personal or mental handicap. It's the difference between possible and I am possible. Now, optimism does take some conscious effort and practice. There's science that supports that our biology is hardwired for survival, and after thousands of years, we were pulled towards pessimism to avoid being eaten by our ancient predatory ancestors. Restructure your beliefs to see the good in all circumstances and expect good, and notice it when it happens. So a lot of what we went over in our video are more like friendly reminders. You know this stuff and you know how to apply it every single day. We just need to be consciously aware of it. But I'm curious, what are some of your favorite ways to cultivate happiness in your own life? Be sure to share it in the comment section below and give some good feedback for the community. So whether it's humor, patience, or gratitude, I hope this video has helped remind you of some of the ways that you can experience more happiness today and every day. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, go forth and live your legend.